Hey everybody, welcome back. Playing some more The World RPG today on our Berserker. Last episode we made quite a bit of progress on our basic gear, and today we're just gonna keep at it, keep doing some item bosses and grinding away. I learned a couple things from everyone over on the Discord helping me with the Berserker. Uh, in the last video, as I was fighting the Blood Wraith boss, I noticed that I thought it was just some weird hitboxes as I was not dying to her instant kill, but apparently the Berserk here actually makes you invulnerable to instant kills, which I was not aware of. So I'll have to make much better use of that as time goes on. Um, yeah, but we're just gonna keep at killing some of these bosses and trying to get some gear upgrades. We're mostly just looking to kill the Evil Lava Spawn, item boss of this area, as well as um, the Blood Wraith and the Monstrosity over in the Wallachia area. That's where the majority of our item upgrades are going to come from for now. And hopefully we can start pushing forward and trying to get to level 350 so we can get to the next area. I was also informed that I should be activating my E while I have my Berserk on, at least for the last few seconds of it anyways. Or until the last few seconds of it, that is. So I'm going to try and remember to do that every time I Berserk. Apparently it increases your damage quite a lot, so I'm not quite sure if this passive stuff here is a part of what that damage is supposed to be, but we'll head back, and he's not going to be quite back up yet. Now we might actually be able to start fighting some of the early field bosses, so perhaps I'll start that off. We're going to head over here to the Magician's Tower. There's a little crafting area up here, which we'll be heading to. You can see here we have this alchemy option here in order to craft these powders. So that's what we're going to be doing. But in order to do that, the first thing we're going to have to do is go get the basic crafting materials for it. We're only going to need the most basic of powders, but this is here in the frost area that we were in before. I believe the polar bear boss is somewhere up here, so you just head down south from there or go right from the tower. But there are these Yeti enemies here, and you can see we get a Yeti tooth from them. Right here, Yeti tooth. So those Yeti tooths are what we're going to use to craft up these powders. So we're going to get a couple of those, and some of the most basic of the field bosses that we can fight. We are going to need a couple other things first, though. So we are going to head over to the village. And we're going to pick up the rusty pickaxe here. In order to upgrade the Yeti teeth into the powders, we are going to have to combine them with the different levels of magic powder, or magic stones. So we'll just mine some of these up quick. If we go ahead and check back here, we do also have this powder carrier, which I talked about before. At the beginning of every game, you'll start it with one of each of these powders, so that's nice. But we're going to need more than just that, so we are going to come here and pick up all these. We don't need anywhere near that many for the bosses that we're going to summon, but from here we are going to go to the Magician's Tower. And we're just going to drop some of our items here so that we have some inventory space to work with. And we're going to drop these magic stones and the Yeti teeth. Now, if you want to bring your powder carrier to you, you can double tap escape, which will bring your bag and then your powder carrier to you. And you can just do a quick drop powder, drop them all on the ground here. I'm going to pick up the Yeti teeth and the worthless stones. These will combine into white powders. White powders are actually what we need right now. I'm going to pick up my items real quick here. We're going to need one more white powder. I'm going to summon both of the most basic bosses. The Yetis always drop a Yeti tooth every time you kill them, so... Okay. There we go. Now we're going to grab the Yeti teeth again, along with the worthless stones, and we only need one more, but I'm going to craft both up just so we have them. And now if we grab these, we'll have 4 white powders. So the first boss that we're going to summon is over in the capital here. Hopefully I'll be able to take him on. I believe this is a white powder summon. If we come right over here to the fountain, you'll see we get a little pop-up saying it disappears, and we'll get a little cutscene here. Yeah, I think we should have no problem taking this guy on. Okay. Ooh. Get away from his big AoE there. And you might as well go ahead and throw down our ultimate and get a little extra damage off. Nice and easy. And we can go ahead and drop these off as well. It's a little slow, but not too bad. Didn't want to use this while I had my Berserk going, because I think the faster attacks is going to be better damage. Maybe I'm wrong, it's quite a lot, but just to try and be a little more efficient with the cooldowns. Okay, well, we didn't get a drop from him this time, but that's okay. Now, you might be thinking, am I going to have to make those powders every time I want to summon this boss? Thankfully, no. If you head over here, you might have seen this at the very beginning, this memory stone. This is used for resummoning field bosses and raid bosses. You can see we have the memory of Jack-o'-lantern here. We can click that and summon it. You can only summon them again 3 times. So we could stand here and wait for this summon to happen, but it takes a little while. We'll come back and kill him again in a moment. Instead, we're going to go kill the other basic boss. We're going to head over here. I'm going to take this. There's another one back here. You might have noticed this one when we were farming around here. So we're going to go ahead and summon this boss as well. And we'll get another little cutscene here. And these cutscenes only play the first time you summon them as well, so we'll go ahead and take care of this guy now. Hopefully he goes just about as easy. I don't know this guy's abilities too well. I usually don't fight him at this low of a level. I usually just ignore him and come back when I need to farm some items from him. We'll go ahead and drop our Berserk here, get a little extra damage off. And we can go ahead and use our ultimate as well. There we go. So we did get a ring, which I think might actually be an upgrade to this guy. 125, it is an upgrade. There we go. That's nice. And unfortunately we don't need the bow, so we'll head off. And of course, we can head back up here. And while we're going back to fight the other boss, we can just summon the memory of the Hydra. So we'll kill these guys a couple times, they're not too tough. And hopefully we can get some decent gear out of them. We'll just head back over to the Capital Prius here, and we'll go fight Jack-O-Lantern again. So you are going to have to do, if there's a specific item you want from one of these bosses, you are going to have to restart your game a couple times, unfortunately. It's just the way that the map works, since there's a limited number of times you can summon each of these bosses. Ah, it still hit me. Oh well. I have enough healing and enough tankiness now that I can eat that kind of attack no problem. We're going to pop our Berserk and turn our E on. I'm going to turn that off and heal back up. And there we go. Oh, that doesn't do that much damage at all. We're more than strong enough to take these guys on. 2 kills in a row with nothing, which is to be expected. The drop rates on these guys tend to be pretty low, so we'll just get him summoning again and we'll go kill the Hydra. Okay. Alright. For some reason, the Hydra spawns down here in the water instead of up here at the waterfall. I think he was out of my attack range. There we go. We'll go ahead and use our ultimate here again. Make this fight go a lot faster. This guy seems to be a lot squishier than Jack-O-Lantern, so... And no drop. But we'll get him summoning again. And we'll just clear these bosses up for this map. Okay, sorry for the little interruption, but yeah, we're just going to keep clearing up these bosses anyways. Probably bad to pop my Berserk when he has his shield up, not really paying too much attention there. But that's okay. Yeah, he definitely has a lot more hit points and armor, I think, but... I'm just trying to keep my abilities on cooldown without getting too low of HP. My Berserk does give me a lot of bonus damage when I'm low on HP, but I don't want to accidentally get hit by an AoE and die. I'll waste a lot of time. I did notice that the damage from Blade Rush doesn't proc your Bloodbath healing passive, so gotta be careful when I use that for damage as well, just because I know I won't be healing up while it's on. And if these bosses go okay and we get some decent items, then perhaps we'll head on to the next level of field bosses and might be able to take them on. But we'll keep trying the item bosses as well, because there's still good items we can get from them. 3 with no drops, that is some bad luck there. He doesn't drop too much that we need, but he does drop a upgrade material that I think I will need, so most of his actual equipment I don't think I'll be using, but
What news? I'll get there on time.
same with the Hydra here. I don't think he drops anything any equipment that I actually want to use, but perhaps he drops a couple upgrade materials that I might need later. So it's good to just kill him, and it's decent experience as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use our ultimate again, just to clear the fight up faster. Okay. I need to get the armor. I don't know if the armor would be better than this, though. 360 with 105 strength. Much less strength, but a little more armor. But I don't think the armor matters. We're already at 89 damage reduction anyways. I think the crit chance and skill damage and the damage reduction and all that, I think the rest of this stuff is much better. But you can always check the recipe for it. Oh, now the Bloodstone Plates, that's actually something I may want to use later. It's a pretty good armor, so I am going to go ahead and grab that, just so that I have it. Might as well. You never know. It'll be a while till I get the rest of those, but saves me from having to go back and forth. Okay. Nope, here. There we go. Now I think this is our fourth and final kill. As you can see, the AoE is nothing for us to worry about. And we'll wait for our countdown for the last 3 seconds to pop up. There we go, and then we'll start healing up again. And we can go ahead and use our ultimate here as well. No reason not to. And of course, it fully heals us afterwards as well. There we go. Unfortunately, yeah, an intelligence weapon, but it is far more damage, flat damage, but of course this has 220 strength, which just makes all of our abilities deal so much more. I don't think there's anything I can craft with it either, but you never know. Yeah, just more into that stuff. More into the int weapons. Nothing I need, but as you can see, that no longer spawns here, so that's all the kills that we can do on him for this game. We'd have to remake the game if we want to kill him anymore. But we can still head back here and get one more kill off on the Hydra as well. We've got one upgrade so far. The ring was nice. There's only like 12 extra all stats and a little more HP, but it all adds up. What we really want is a Hydra scale that this guy can drop. I think is the best crafting ingredient that we can get from him right now. I think I need it for later. If we check Hydra scale here, you can see there's a lot of things that we can craft with it. Maybe I didn't need it. I don't think I need any of those items. One of those might craft into something else that I do need, though. I can't remember. And speaking of, there's the Hydra scale. So I don't think I'll end up needing it, but you never know. We'll hold on to it. Of course, we can head back here and drop this off in our storage. clean some of this stuff up. Get this in here too. So we got a couple things we're holding on to, but not too much. That'll fill up and I'll have to... I'm a big hoarder. I can't just throw stuff away. So we're all out of those bosses to fight now, but we can head back here to the Duchy and see if we can't get another Cursed Mass to fight the Blood Wraith.
Make for the trees. I'll get there on time. Make for the trees. As fast as I can. Just do it. Get me
And we will be fighting this field boss coming up just shortly. He's one of the next tier ones, so we'll give him a shot, see how it goes. Ooh.
Make for the trees.
Nothing, unfortunately. We'll go check out the volcanic lands again.
On time. Make for the trees.
And if we don't get an item boss from either of these, then we'll just try some of the powder field bosses again.
As fast as I can. What news? I'll get there on time. As fast as I can. Make for the trees. Get me out of here. I wish I had a weapon.
Want to be careful not to open up with your ultimate. You think, oh, I'll get a bunch of damage off early, but the boss here almost always opens up with his shield, so I've wasted many an ultimate on a boss who is shielded. But it's gone now, so we'll do that. There we go.
I'll get there on time.
Probably should have saved my ultimate for the item boss, but that's okay.
I'll get there on time. As fast as I can. Let's
And remember, for this guy, we just want to stay right on top of him,
I'll get there.
literally to the north of him, so that we don't get hit by the instant death attack. Of course, now that I know that the Berserk can ignore the instant death effect, it's a little less scary, but...
Make for the trees. Let's run. As fast as I can. Make for the trees.
Don't want to stand too close to the right, because the hitbox might hit me with one of his attacks. Here we are. Okay, and then we just run around him. Easy peasy. What really gets you is when he's hopping around like that, and he activates the instant kill at the same time, because they can shoot in all sorts of weird places and catch you off guard. And I'm avoiding using my Blade Rush just in case I'm out of position when he uses the ability. But I think I'm safe to use it here now. Wrong button, that's okay. And we can use our ultimate here as well. Nice. Oh. Small piece. I believe this is an accessory, if I remember correctly. It is. I think that's just better. Yeah. Far more strength, which is what we care about. Very nice. Let me check, just to make sure I don't need that ring anymore. No, I won't need it. That's okay. And the blaster is a gun, of course. This guy does drop a weapon that I would really like, but we'll see about getting that on a later kill. Still some nice little upgrades here and there as we can get them. And perhaps we'll head back and try out one of these tougher bosses now.
Just do it.
So we have
Just do it. Let's
an
run.
extra white powder here that we started with,
I'll
as
get
well as
there
these
on
lesser
time.
stones. So we can turn that into a green powder.
Make for the trees. Just do it. As fast as I can. Make for the trees.
And we'll take
I'll
that
get
and
there
we'll
on
go
time.
summon the
Let's
next
run.
boss I'd like to
Just
kill.
do it. As fast as I can. I'll get there on time. Let's run. Make for the
And
trees.
if I think we can kill this guy okay, then we'll go fight the other boss you summon with green powders.
Just do it. I'll get there on time. As fast as I can.
But we'll go take care of this guy first, just so we don't have to fight them at the same time.
Get there on time.
It really would be nice if I had a way to break shields, but most characters don't, so. Okay,
I'll get there
there we
on
go.
time.
We'll go ahead and summon this boss. There we go, green powder disappears.
Just do it.
And we'll get a little cutscene here like normal. We're going to be farming this boss quite a lot,
I'll get there on
unless we
time.
get really lucky with the weapon I want, but he has a weapon that he drops, which gives even more natural lifesteal. So I figured I might try that out and see how it goes. Maybe the lifesteal's a little overkill, but we're going to use our ultimate here as well, just to make this fight go faster. And it looks like we're having no problems here with this guy either. We'll go ahead and get him summoned back up. We don't have the powders to summon the next boss yet, so we'll have to run back and go make them.
Let's run. I'll get there on time. Just do it. Just do it. As fast as I can. Let's run. Make for the trees.
Here we go. Off to the Magician's Tower.
I'll get there on time. Let's run. Make for the trees. I'll get there on time. As fast as I can. Just do it.
And I did talk about this
Fast as I
in my last video, but I still get a lot of questions about it on the Discord from some people. I do know that the new update's coming, and they're going to be reworking a lot of the early game leveling progress. So I'm going to keep playing this character, because we'll be past that early game point by then. And I'll keep going through some of the mid-game stuff. Warm Fur is a drop that we don't need for any crafting.
show me the path.
I'll keep going through the mid-game and hopefully get into some of the later game stuff, but I will be starting a new character as well to show off the reworked leveling process, but if there is a specific character you'd like to see me level up, then just leave a comment or contact me on the Discord, and that'll be the character that I level up. Let's see, where are the Yeti teeth? There they are. Drop these on the ground,
There's no time to rest.
and
Make for the trees.
we take those, craft them up into white powders,
Let's run. Make for
take
the
the lesser stones, craft those up into green.
as fast as I can. I'll get there
I
on
was
time.
very confused by the powder crafting process when I started, but once you figure it out, it's really not that bad. The next one we want to fight is actually over here in the volcanic lands.
I'll get there on time. Let's run. Get me out of here. I wish I had
We'll try and pull the boss away from the summoning area first. And this time we'll save our ultimate ability so that we can use it on the boss when they come. Just because these are a lot easier. Well, never mind. I summoned him anyways. We should be fine though while the cutscene's going. As you can see, those little damage numbers on the right there, or on the left rather. We are still fighting the boss, but that's okay. He'll go down in just a moment here. Oh!
What news? Make for the
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Very cool. That's a very rare drop.
show me the path. I'll get there.
Throw that in our bag for now. I believe the icons replace your icon up here. if I'm not mistaken.
Just do it. Let's run. I'll get there on time. Make for the trees.
Does have his shield going right now. Think it's gone, so we'll go ahead and use our ultimate. See, this guy's got a lot more hit points than the Count.
Make for the trees.
Oh.
As fast as I can.
Ah, we still got hit by it. This guy will also have a phase where he flies up in the air and becomes untargetable. I believe untargetable, maybe just invulnerable. If he's still targetable, then we should still be able to leech off of it. But this guy also drops a weapon that we would like. We can still hit him from up here, so that's good. But it looks like we're not doing much of any damage. Okay. This, I'm liking the Berserker so far. It's a much different playstyle from the Crusader, my main class. Crusader focuses mostly on comboing your abilities, whereas the Berserker is heavily focused on supporting your auto attacks, which I like. It's a little more simplistic, but your positioning and managing your health is a lot more important. Okay, I just wanted to use my Berserk just in case, because I didn't want to... I was a little low on health, and I didn't want it to kill me, so... Okay. Well, we didn't get the weapon, but we did get some other good stuff. Where are they? Down here? I think this armor is going to be better.
Which way?
I think so.
Make for the trees.
More armor, less strength,
What news?
but more armor. Far more armor. Let's take a look at the damage reduction difference, because we go from 89% to 94. I don't know how much the difference is here, but we can upgrade this armor very easily. Dragon, armor, Magron, into the true version, which we need a dragon scale or a calcum, drops from the Jack-o'-lantern boss we were fighting earlier, and the dragon scales drop from Wings of Death, the boss we were just fighting. And see, he dropped the dragon heart, which unfortunately is not what we need to upgrade this, but maybe we kill him a couple more times and we'll get the material we need. Of course, we will have to restart the game in order to fight Jack-o'-lantern more, but that's okay. We'll probably get that in the next episode then. Hopefully we get lucky and get an Orichalcum. I don't think it drops from any other boss, so we have to get it from Jack. But it's a nice armor upgrade, and we'll need the upgraded version of it for some other stuff later as well. Okay. Once his shield goes away, we'll use our ultimate. Here we go. Nice and easy. Oh, I don't think we actually need that. I'll just spend my strength quick here. Let's take a look. No, on its own it's much worse, but it is... Unless I spelled that wrong, I don't think it even crafts into anything. So, no need for that. We will, of course, get him resummoning, though. Both these bosses drop weapons that I would love to get, so...
forces are under attack. I'll get there on time. As fast as I can. Which way?
Here we go.
Get me out of here. I wish I had a weapon. Let's run.
Okay. Ooh. Got my berserk off in time there, thankfully. I was at basically 1 hit point.
What? Get me out of here as fast as I can. I wish I had a weapon. I wish I had a weapon.
The 25% attack speed on this weapon definitely makes the passive a lot better. Okay. He's going to go into his flying state here. And as soon as he lands, we'll be able to use our ultimate again and probably finish the fight off. And here we go. Not quite, but just about. Oh, he put his shield back up again. Just move a little over to the side so that the AoE also gets them while debuffing him. And Dragon Scale. There we go. Exactly what we need to upgrade our armor. All we need now is the Orichalcum from Jack, and we'll be able to upgrade it. Before we go back there, actually, I'm going to go kill this guy over here. Because I still would like to... The weapon that we get from Wings of Death here, we actually need to upgrade alongside a weapon that drops from this guy as well, I believe. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Now that I think about it, I am getting that wrong. This weapon here upgrades along with a weapon we get from another boss. But we want both of them anyways. Like I said, I want to try out some optional builds. Some less optimal ideas. See what works, see what I like better. There we go.
I'll get there on time, as fast as I can. Make for the trees. Just do it. As fast as I can. Let's run.
Okay.
I'll get there on time.
And again, we'll just stand above him.
Let's run. Get me out of here.
And our ultimate will be ready to use as well. Make this fight go much faster. Now I have to be careful when I use my ultimate here though, because it is of course going to trigger his instant kill. I should have used my berserk beforehand, especially since I knew it was coming.
I'm on my mark. What news? I'll get there on time. As fast as I can. I'll get there on time. Just do it. Make for the trees. As fast as I can. Let's run. I'll get there on time. Let's run. Make for the trees. Just do it. What? Me? I wish I had a weapon. As fast as I can. As fast as I can.
Okay. So again, we'll stand up on the top here. A little scary when he bounces around like that. But we'll just drag him around in the middle here. And get back to attacking. As long as we're still attacking and healing up, we should be fine. Okay. Woo! You see what I mean? Once he starts bouncing around, they shoot a little all over the place. But we'll go ahead and activate this stuff.
Let's run. I'll get there on time.
And I don't need to dodge it there, because of course I have my Berserk on, but
Let's run. Make for the trees. Just do it. As fast as I can.
no drops, but
Let's
that's
run.
okay.
Make for the trees. As fast as I can.
The item bosses, of course, we can summon as many times as we want, as long as the item drops.
Let's run. I'll get there on time. Just do it.
And I don't want to forget to get the Wings of Death summoning again,
As fast as I can.
because we can still get some good stuff from him.
There on time. As fast as I can. Make for the trees. Just do it.
And just heal up a little bit on these guys.
As I can. Let's run. I'll get there on time. Just do it. Make for the trees. Let's run. What? Me?
And same deal, we'll wait for the shields to drop, and then we'll use the ultimate. Wrap up the fight pretty quick. A little dangerous there, but there we go. Oh, that's actually not the one I wanted. The Bloodstone is nice, though, as another crafting material for later on. I think we'll need that. For the bloody armor, and for the weapon we really want here, we need the Bloodstone to upgrade it, and we'll need another Orichalcum as well. So we'll have to farm a lot of Jack, but so unfortunately this is an agility weapon, so we can't actually use it, as you can see here. But it'll have the same heal for 10% of damage dealt on attack, which at a max of 800 isn't much when our life pool's this big, but it'll add up for keeping us topped off, and when we upgrade it, that amount that we heal is increased by quite a lot as well, so it'll be a good damage upgrade when we can get the right one. And I don't remember if this is 3 or 4, but I think this will be our 4th summon, so the final one for this map.
Just do it. I'll get there on time. I'll get there on time. As fast as I can.
But most people suggest some other weapons, but the Sangual Blood Spear that we can get from him, I think is going to be a pretty cool option for the sustain and tankiness. Maybe not the most optimal, but I just want to test it out. And for the series, why not? I'm going to be grinding lots, so why not upgrade all the different weapons? Which will take a long time, but I'm in no hurry. Use our ultimate early on, so that we can get the cooldown going. Again, we can tank through a lot of this stuff. Especially once we get to later bosses, we'll have to be more careful. But early on, a lot of these bosses, we can just tank their hits and heal up. Many other characters aren't going to have the same healing capabilities, so you have to be a lot more careful. But thankfully, we're a fairly good soloing hero with how much we heal, so. There is another hero that uses HP as a resource for their abilities as well. An intelligence hero that does it. And perhaps I'll try them out as well. I've played a little bit of them, but not much. Go ahead and pop our Berserk here, get a little extra damage off. No drop this time, and I believe that was... oh no, we have one more here. This should be our last kill on the count, and then that'll be our last kill on the Wings of Death as well. We haven't had a single Blood Wraith or Monstrosity to fight, but maybe we'll get one of them to drop here.
I'll get there on time. Let's run. Just do it. Get me out of here.
Go ahead and just keep dropping our AoEs here.
I wish I had a weapon.
And our ultimate's up. Nothing. Well, that's unfortunate, but I was hoping for at least a cursed mask so that we could fight the blood wraith or something, but as you can see, we're already up to 356. We gained probably almost 60 levels so far, and that's just from killing bosses. A big gripe a lot of people have is that you have to spend so much time just grinding in this map, but really a lot of the grinding is just killing bosses, not mobs. The best XP comes from killing them over and over. Another close one, but I want to make sure I'm keeping the howling debuff on because our bleeds here and a lot of our stuff is dealing magic damage, so mostly for the bleeds, stacking up that increased magic damage they take makes those bleeds deal a lot more damage. So I want to keep that debuff up as long as possible. And of course, if you are having trouble with these bosses on a character that maybe doesn't solo as well, you can always check the Discord for games. There's lots of people playing all the time, and lots of people you can ask questions for help. I'd be more than welcome to help you learn these bosses and gear up a character. And in the future, I'll be doing some games with other players as well, so that we can fight some of the harder bosses, since I'm not quite good enough to solo some of that harder game content. Ancient Writings is a crafting material that drops from quite a few bosses. I can see where it ended up. Sure, it's around here somewhere. There it is. They're used as a crafting ingredient for quite a few things. Make sure I spell this correctly. Quite a few things here. You can see it says page 1. So if we type in the recipe again, we'll get our page 2. Just checking to see what I might need it for. Cape of Corrupt Flame I will need it for. Oh, and I'll need it for Anger as well, which is another sword that I'd ideally be going for. So I'll need it for a few things, so I'll make sure to hold on to all of it. I'll go ahead and send him back here. And put this in here. And we'll start putting some of this stuff away. Got a little confused there because the Bloodstone and the small piece of Wrath have the same icon, so. Okay. I believe that's it for him. Yes, it is. Let's go and check these item bosses one more time, and then maybe we'll wrap up the video here. There are some tougher powder bosses that we could probably fight as well. specifically the Mage Lord. For those who know the bosses, I want to fight for the weapon. Whoop! Left clicked instead of right clicking there, but there we go. We've gotten quite a few of the nightmare rods, but not a single cursed mask. Okay. His shield's gone. This time I'm going to make sure to use my Berserk before using my ultimate, so that this doesn't automatically kill me, like it did last time. Okay. We'll heal up again, and then... Whoop! Somehow I did not get hit by anything there. What a miracle. Okay. There we go. He's using it quite a lot back to back because we're dealing so much damage in a short period of time. And nothing. That's okay. We'll be fighting him lots and lots throughout this series. Or until we get that sword drop anyways. I believe he also has a helmet I want.
Show me the path as fast as I can. Just do it. I wish I had a weapon. Make for the trees. Let's run. Just do it. I'll get there on time.
At this point, a weapon upgrade to make our damage better, make these fights go a little faster, would be good too.
I'll get there on time.
See, if we get a curse mask here, then I perhaps we'll go ahead and keep up with these item bosses. But if we don't get one here, maybe I'll go try the Mage Lord. See how well we can kill him. Oh, but we did.
I'll get there on time.
We'll save the Mage Lord for the next episode.
As fast as I can. Just do it.
And I showed off the Blood Wraith a whole bunch in the last video. But this time I think we're going to show off the Monstrosity boss. He has a couple different abilities. The first one we need to take note of is bats, bats, bats here. This will summon a statue that we have to kill. When he does his reflect here, you just want to kite him around for a bit and not attack him. Ooh, didn't quite get out of the range because of the house. I was trying to go north. I should have just gone right south. Now, this attack can be a little bugged, actually, because this time he said north, west, east, south, which is the directions he's going to shoot them. And then he will also say diagonal for when they're going to go diagonally. But sometimes he will say one and it'll do the other, which is a bug that's been in the game for quite a while as far as I'm aware of. Would have been better to just use my Berserk there, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I thought, oh, I can dodge it, no problem. Okay. And he doesn't have a shield up. That time it actually did what he said. But we're going to use our ultimate here. Now once he gets to about half HP, he's going to teleport away and try and heal up, which we just saw here. It'll be somewhere inside of the duchy. Sometimes it's down here. Oh. Sometimes it's over in the bottom right corner here. It is not. So that means it is probably right over here. And he is. You can see he healed up quite a lot. I don't believe there's any way to actually know which where he's going to teleport to. There's not a lot of room to move around in here, so if he goes to use one of his directional attacks, I will probably just use my Berserk to get past it. There we go. And let's see if we got a drop. We did! We got the stone plates, which are not too bad. I believe the stone form gives us a bunch of extra damage reduction, but it does upgrade into the Bloodstone Plates, which comes from the Bloody Armor and the Armor of Deadly Poison, along with a bunch of other stuff. But that Bloody Armor is, I believe it is the armor that drops from the Count boss that we were fighting here. Correct, and we can use Count's Memento or a Bloodstone. Ideally, we'd like to get a Count's Memento to use for that, because the Bloodstone we want to save for our weapon. But it's a part of crafting up into a armor we may want to use later, so while we have the inventory space, why not hold on to it, right? If we decide we'd rather have the inventory space for something else later, we can always drop it on the ground. I don't think it's quite better than the armor that we have now. I like the HP regen and the absorbing damage taken. Any sort of flat damage reduction is always nice. Okay. Well, we're coming up on just about an hour here, and this seems like a pretty decent spot to stop it. We got quite a few. We got a couple little pieces here and some crafting stuff that's quite nice. Picked up a couple little goodies here and there. In the next episode, we'll keep up with these bosses in a new game, and maybe we'll try some of the harder bosses, and I don't think there'll be too much difficulty. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you stick around and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Anyways, I'll be back in the next video.